and welcome into the Flippin' Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star the Flippin' Hippo. Today we're going to take a look at jeans that sold on eBay in the month of September. I didn't pull up every single pair of jeans that sold. We would be here all day. But I did try to get a solid representation of my good bread and butter brands that sell pretty steadily and some Bolo brands. To show you guys not only what Bolo brands you should be looking for when you're outsourcing, but to show you the actual prices you can get for some of these brands. Some of these brands that I'm going to be showing you, some folks are selling for a lot less than what I sell them for. They're listing them really low. They're participating in that race to the bottom. Longtime viewers, you know that's one of my soapboxes. I cannot stand the fast nickel in that race to the bottom. There is no reason that Miss Me jeans and True Religion jeans and silver jeans should be selling at the same prices that I can get for Gap and Old Navy. So I've got a wide variety of things to show you here today. And before we jump in and start looking at the jeans, I also wanted to briefly tell you guys about something I've been doing, and I would recommend you guys do it too. This advice came to me from our very good friend Casey, the Rockstar Flipper. He mentioned to me several times that he feels I get too attached to my items. And my initial reaction is to get defensive and say, no, I'm not too attached to my items. I just like to price high. I know what things are worth, and I don't like the race to the bottom. But after some soul searching, I do think that sometimes I do get probably a little too attached to my items. And what he meant by that, and what I mean, is if I list Miss Me jeans at 50, I should be willing to take a best offer of 40. It's not that much less than my starting price, and I kind of know going in when I price that high, I'm going to be taking a best offer of 40 or 45. But if they've been around for a couple of months and the price has come down a little bit, because I do lower our prices by about 5% every month. I actually did a live show about that, about how I lower prices and discount items. I'll have that pop up at the end for you. But if they've been around for a couple of months and the prices come down and I get an offer of 35, I should probably take it because they've been sitting, and that will move them. It will get activity in the store. It will get sales moving. It gives us more capital to put back into more inventory. And it's, you know, if they've been around for a while, I can't be so attached to and think, these are Miss Me jeans. I wanted 50. I wanted 50. It's okay to sometimes take maybe a couple bucks less than what you initially wanted. And by a couple of bucks, I mean up to 10. I mean, it really depends on the item. If you have jeans listed for 25, you can take a best offer of 20, and that's a $5 difference. But if they're listed for 50, you can take a best offer of 40. That's a big $10 difference, but you wouldn't want to do that on jeans that are listed for 20. So you want to just think about what your lowest is that you want to take. And if you get an offer from a buyer that's just a little bit below that, or if they've been sitting around for a long time, you might want to just let go of your attachment to the item, to the brand, to your initial price that you wanted, and let things go for a couple bucks less. It will help your overall algorithms. You'll get activity. When you start having more sales and more activity, Cassini sees your store as desirable, so your other items will get pushed up in the searches, and then it also won't drag you down on the back end as far as click-through rates and folks coming in and looking at your stuff and leaving without clicking through. So that said, you're going to see some examples of that. I really tried hard in the month of September to live by this new rule of, if it's just a couple of bucks difference, just go ahead and take the offer just to get stuff moving. So you guys are looking right now at some Aeropostale jeans. This is just a run-of-the-mill mall brand. I like it. I think it's great bread and butter. I like Aeropostale, Hollister. I like mall brands. I love bread and butter. I love filler. I love doing volume. You guys know our cost of goods is typically like 99 cents or less when we buy at wholesale. So I will list these mall brands. These are Capri jeans as well, so they are first class. So they're going to cost less to ship. I did take a best offer on these of 16, just to get them out the door, just to move them. Next up, we have BKE. I like BKE women's jeans for bread and butter. BKE men's jeans are Bolos. This is like the most rarest example of a huge difference between the women's and the men's in a brand. With Levi's, with Gap, with Old Navy, if I start the women's at 20, I'm starting the men's at 24, 25. But for whatever reason, BKE women's jeans, they'll sell for anywhere from like 20 to 30. The men's, you can start at 50, 45 and get 40 for them. So keep your eyes out for the men's. They're definitely a Bolo. The men's BKE jeans typically have names on them like Cody, Derek, Tyler. You'll know when you see them. The women's also have names. These are the Stella Slim Boots. They're dark wash. They're nice looking. And this particular pair did sell for $29.06. Here we have White House Black Market. This is a nice bread and butter brand. Pretty solid sales on these, usually between 24 to 28, depending on your style and your size. These are nice looking because they're ripped. I know that's weird to say, but for whatever reason, when jeans are ripped and torn and destroyed and distressed, they are more desirable. This pair sold for $24.37. Here's a pair of Miss Me jeans. These are boot mid-rise, and I put the number here. I wanted to show you guys that. I think I've talked about it before, but Miss Me jeans typically, not always, but typically, they'll have a style number. Sometimes it's printed here on the actual waistband, and most often you'll find it here on this tag. If I have room, try to put that style in the title, because hardcore Miss Me fans, like women who love Miss Me jeans and are specifically shopping for them used online because they can't afford them new at the store, they are typically looking for a specific style. They already have a pair. They're comfortable. They fit well. They feel good. So they're going to come online and they're going to search for that style number. And if you have it in your title, yours will come up in the searches. So I do try to do that. This particular pair, I accepted a best offer of $43. Here we have Gap jeans. These are the long and lean bell-bottom flare. Show you them full length there. And I accepted a best offer of $19 on these, and that's another example of, I usually want about $20, $21 for Gap, but you know what? Best offer $19 is just a couple bucks difference, so I took it. Here's another pair of Gaps. Now these sold for full price. This particular pair sold for $20.99. Same size as the other ones. They're long and lean as well. These are wide leg flare dark wash. And here we have a pair of Michael Kors. These are okay. I kind of see Michael Kors as, it's kind of a mall, it is a mall brand. It's bread and butter. These were unique enough that I liked them. They were size 14. Size 14 and up is a good size for women's clothing for online sales. And these had zipper ankles. So they were, they had that going, that they were unique. I took a best offer of $20 on these. Here we have some Hot Topic Lovesick Juniors jeans. They're skinny. They're leopard print. I do well with Hot Topic clothes. Yes, obviously Hot Topic is a mall brand. But Hot Topic clothing has a following. There are certain folks that love the punk or the goth clothing, and they shop for it. I do really well with Hot Topic, especially these smaller sizes. Now this particular pair is an example of an experiment I've been working on this year. Some jeans, when they've been sitting around for a really long time, what I'll do is I'll go in and I'll drop the price by about $8, and then I charge shipping on the jeans. If they're first class, I just charge calculated by weight. If they're over a pound and they're going to go out in a padded flat, I just put a flat $8 shipping on it, and then they'll move. It's the weirdest thing, because you guys know I'm a huge proponent of free shipping. I think everybody should be doing free shipping. especially on your first class items and jeans, because you know how much your padded flat cost. You can build that in to your cost, because free shipping isn't really free. You're building it into the price, but the buyer thinks they're getting free shipping. And I'm a huge proponent of that. But for whatever reason, sometimes these jeans that I have that have been sitting and sitting and sitting, I go in and I drop the price pretty drastically by like $8, but then I charge shipping and then they'll sell. So the total cost for these was $21, but I couldn't get them to move when I had them at $20 free ship. Who knows? They did sell though. Here's another pair of Miss Me jeans. Now this particular pair I took a $35 offer on, because you can see that they were listed for $41.54. They've been around for a while because I always start Miss Me at $50. So I just took the best offer of $35 to move them out the door. I have kind of noticed that size 27 is a harder size to move. I think that's one of those sizes that's just kind of in the middle. It's not for super tiny people, and it's not for people who need larger sizes. So 27 does sit. I'll still pick them up though, especially Miss Me and True Religion, like in silver, any of those really good brands. I always pick up any size. Here we have JMS, that stands for Just My Size. I believe these were a Kmart brand. Kmart is now out of business. But this is a really good plus size brand. It's called JMS, Just My Size. A lot of women who wear plus sizes like this brand. They like the way their clothes fit and feel, and they will be looking for them online because you can't find them out in the wild anymore as far as retail. And people shopping online clearly aren't going to the thrift store to dig through the racks. They want the convenience of shopping online and having it delivered at home. So keep your eyes out for these JMS. They are a solid bread and butter brand as far as plus sizes. If you're looking for Bolo brands for plus sizes, you want to look for Lane Bryant, Torrid. These sold for $19.99. Here's some more Miss Me's. I sold a lot of Miss Me's in September. You're going to see even more than I've already shown you. There's a lot. For whatever reason, my Miss Me's are now moving. Maybe they're coming back on style. I don't know. These are Capris. Capris weigh less. They typically ship first class, and they're less material, so I tend to charge a little bit less for Capris, or be willing to accept smaller offers. So I let these ones go for $35. You can see they weren't even on sale. I believe this was the pair where she offered me $35, and I accidentally ended the listing instead of accepting her offer, so I had to mail her and tell her I would relist them. So yeah, but I did take $35. Here we have some YMI jeans. Now this is another pair where I dropped the price and added shipping. So these were first class, and so they had calculated shipping by weight on them. And when I drop the price on those, I usually drop it by about $5, figuring shipping will be around $4 to $5. So the total price for these was $19.95, and that's a good solid amount for bread and butter jeans. I get $19.95, $20, $21 regularly for my three favorites, Gap, American Eagle, and Old Navy. And I got $20 for these. Now, typically YMI is not that great of a brand unless you find the Wanna Betta Butts. If you find the Wanna Betta Butts by YMI, you really want to pick those up. Any jeans like that, like the Tummy Tuck, Not Your Daughter's Jeans, the So Slimming and So Shaping by Chico's. Any jeans that shape or make women look skinny or feel better, feel good about themselves when they wear them, you always want to pick those up. So any jeans that purport any kind of body shaping, lifting, tucking, anything like that. I digress. These YMIs did sell for $19.95. They were gray. They were a little more unique than just regular YMIs. Here, speaking of tummy tucks by Not Your Daughter's Jeans, here's a pair here that I sold on a best offer of $21. I typically start Not Your Daughter's Jeans around 26, so these had been sitting for a while. So I just took the 21 just to get them out the door and let them move. Plus a size 12 is kind of one of those mid sizes that's harder to move. But this is a brand where I will pick up any size. Here's some Joe's jeans, you guys. Joe's jeans used to be a huge Bolo, but I've kind of noticed a trend where the prices are starting to come down on these as people race to the bottom. I still start them around 35, but there used to be a day when you could start these around 40, 45. This particular pair I took a best offer of 29 on. These are just regular old Joe's boot cuts. Joe's typically has names. This pair did not have a name, you can see on the tag here. But a lot of the Joe's jeans, they'll have cute little names like the Provocateur and stuff like that. True Religion Bolo. Everyone knows True Religion jeans are Bolo. I just got a pair in my thread up box last week and I was totally stoked. I love True Religion jeans. So this pair was boot cut and low rise, and that seems to be pretty popular. The low rise jeans, I always tend to sell those quickly. This pair sold for $46.02. Next up we have these Insight jeans, and I'm going to tell you, I don't even remember where these came from. I think they came from a thread up box or a wholesale box. I've never heard of Insight. I wouldn't even know to pick this up in the store. Like, this is a new to me brand that I just learned about. They sold for $25 best offer. That's pretty solid for bread and butter. So I'm going to keep my eyes out for these from now on, these Insight jeans. New to me. And look, they're the size 27 I was just talking about. But they sold pretty fast, actually. All right, next up we have Hudson. That's a good brand to be on the lookout for. Again, the prices on the Hudson jeans aren't what they used to be. They used to go for a lot more. But they're still a pretty solid brand of jeans. These are the coated. If you ever get jeans that feel really, really stiff or waxy, you want to grab them. That seems to be a popular thing. And then you would use keywords like shiny wax coated pants. This particular pair sold for $23.43, and these came out of a thread up box too. Here we have some men's academic jeans. I love the brand Academics for men. The shirts do really well. The Academics men's shirts, they come in really big plus sizes for men, and they typically have really amazing, awesome graphics on them, and they'll sell for $30 plus dollars. So I do grab the jeans also. These are new with tags. They came out of a wholesale lot. I would have picked these up in the wild had I seen them though. I do keep my eyes out for this brand. These are a size 30. They're stone washed. They're like retro looking. They look like the acid wash jeans from the 80s. These sold overnight. So I listed them and they sold. So I don't know if it's the brand, the acid wash, the style, probably a combination of all three, and being in the right place at the right time when someone was looking for these. They sold for $29.06. Next up, we have some Massimo jeans. Massimo is a Target brand, but Massimo has a following. Longtime viewers know that I love to sell Massimo. I like their shoes, their jeans, their tops. Women who wear Massimo are very loyal to the brand, and Target often changes their styles or what they're selling seasonally. So if a woman finds a particular pair of pants or something that's comfortable, or shoes, she can't find them at Target anymore after the first time, they'll come online and look for them. Massimo women that wear Massimo are pretty loyal to the brand. This is a pair that I dropped the price on and added shipping. So they sold for $23.11. So a Target brand sold for $23.11 all in with shipping. That's more than I sometimes get for Gap. So keep that in mind. Massimo's an okay brand. I wouldn't pay more than a couple bucks for it though. Pajama jeans. I just showed these in this week's What Sold video. This is a definite brand you want to look for. These are pretty popular. I used to find them in the wild here all the time. I used to bring home at least a couple pairs of these every month. I haven't seen them in a long time. I don't know why I was finding them all the time and now I'm not. But they're sweatpants. They're pull-on sweatpants that look like jeans. And they're kind of fuzzy inside and they're really warm for the winter. And they seem to be really popular. They usually sell as fast as I can get them up. This pair sold for $30.14. So keep your eyes out for those pajama jeans. If I ever found some in my size, I'd probably keep them because they look like super comfortable. Next up, we have Another pair of women's BKEs. These are capris, so they shipped first class. They're the Windy mid-rise. And this pair sold for $24.70. More Miss Me's. I told you guys I sold some Miss Me's in September. This is the ankle skinny mid-rise. And I didn't put the style number in the title here. So this must be an older pair. That's something I had just started doing a couple months ago on the advice of a friend. So these, I took a best offer of $40 and just to get them out the door. So again, I'm trying not to be too attached to my items and being more willing. Now, of course, I'm not going to take a best offer of like $25, but if it's just a couple of bucks difference, why not? More cut from the cloth. I love cut from the cloth, guys. It's a pretty good solid brand. These are capris and they're size 8. Not a good size, but with certain brands, again, I'll pick up any size. These sold for a best offer of $21.21. Next up, we have a brand or a pair of jeans that didn't really have a good brand, but they were plus size, so I wanted to go ahead and list them. They're also got a great keyword, Boho boot cut. Boho is a pretty popular style. It's a great keyword to use. These are vintage America. Never really heard of them, but they were a cute style. You can see them full length here. They're really cute. And they're a nice plus size. So they sold for $25.99. So I would actually, if I saw those again, source them. Next up we have Daryon. This is kind of a meh poop brand. I may have picked these up for 99 cents because they had bling on the butt. I don't know. I do weird things sometimes. But they still sold for $20 on a best offer, and that's a pretty solid price for bread and butter. So would I source them again? Yeah, maybe if they were unique like this with the bling there. I don't know that I would buy like plain Daryons. And last but not least, these aren't really jeans, or this isn't really jeans, but I still wanted to show it to you and talk just a little bit about these long denim skirts. I haven't seen them in the wild in a very long time. It's kind of like the pajama jeans. They just disappeared. But I used to bring home scores of these every weekend. And if you can find them for a couple bucks or less, any brand is good. Any brand. These long denim skirts are very popular. There's certain cultures and communities that dress modestly and like these. You can typically get between 20 to 40 depending on the brand and the size. And when you do list these, you always want to put modest as a keyword and maxi. Those are the two best keywords to use, because the people that are looking for these are definitely looking for modest clothing, and maxi means full length or very, very long when it comes to skirts and dresses. This one's split all the way up the sides, so I just showed that. And it's Lucky brand, which is a good brand. Solid bread and butter brand. So guys, if you see these long denim skirts, grab them. Look in the skirts section of your thrift stores, but sometimes I find them in the jeans. I guess they just get mixed in. Alright, so that's it for the jeans that sold in September. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up before you leave. It really helps the channel. If you haven't already and you'd like to, please subscribe. Help us feed a hungry hippo. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Flippin' Hippos. And don't forget to join our Facebook group. It's called Flippin' Hippos Reseller Pod. There's a link down below for you to click to join us over there. It's free to join. Until next time, go be productive, go make some money, and as always, thank you guys for watching and spending some time with me today. Y'all are the best. Bye.